Okay, hello to lovely YouTubers. Look at this, we're down to these final handful. I wish it was final half a dozen, but there's 2 extra, there's 8. Which one do we want? Is this one emerging? It could be. The Shapeshifter. Yeah, let's get the weird ones done first, shall we? Oh my goodness, maybe I should look at those cards and make sure we end on a positive one. I don't know. Would that be sort of cheating? I think it might be. The Shapeshifter, page 91. Let me know, dear lovely watchers of my YouTube, if the number 91 means anything to you. Anyone out there born in 91? Anyone know someone born in 91? I'm going to shuffle the cards while I do it to save myself some time, because I am sort of running out of time here. I think I could line them up with the line, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be too difficult for me to line these elephants up. Now, the Shapeshifter. The Shapeshifter has a love of theatre, games and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The Shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It's a side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. It's important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long term with the Shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our centre. The ultimate Shapeshifter works undercover in service of the greater good. The diminished Shapeshifter becomes a people pleaser. Oh, not sure that is true. To find our things that give us our centre. Let's see what we need to help keep us on the centre, and look at how often the Shapeshifter plays a role in our decision making. Some of us are more shapeshiftery than others. Some of us are more slippery than others. There's no doubt about that. We all know people who are so slippery that you wouldn't want them dating one of your relatives, right? We do. But it's where are people slippery? Where is the slippery business showing up? Is that the art? Is that the question? For some of us, it's who's being slippery. Some of us can't spot slippery people in our lives until it's too late. And then we suffer at their hands because we haven't paid attention to their slippery nature, i.e. we've ignored their red flags. And then what's happened is we've become injured and damaged, and there's a motorbike going past outside making a noise, which is just reminding me that it doesn't matter how much noise a person makes and how obvious they make it that they're slippery. Sometimes we choose to ignore it, don't we? Why do we choose to ignore the danger signs from people? Let me know. We've all got different reasons why we ignore danger signs. Do you know why you ignore danger signs? If you know why you ignore danger signs, let me know. And let me know which elephant you follow, okay? Or if you follow more than one elephant, let me know that. Now, this is the solution to the problem of feeling shapeshiftery. This is our solution. This is what this card is going to bring us back to our centre. This is our anchor. And this is why the Shapeshifter is funny. I'm going to use the Banksy for the humour, because Banksy is funny. This is why the Shapeshifter is funny, and what we can glean from it, because we learn things from shapeshifters, don't we? What was good about the shapeshifting? What was good about your shapeshifting? What was good about someone else's shapeshifting? And what was bad about it? And could you have done anything about it? What are the warning signs? What did you ignore? What warning signs were there that you ignored, and why did you ignore them? And another reason, why did you ignore them? I love these cards that have got like heart shapes on them, because it reminds me of our emotions and like why we do something, our motivation, our real true motivation that causes us to behave in certain ways. And I'm going to use the cosmic card for the lesson. What lesson were we supposed to learn from that? And are we going to be experiencing another shapeshifter if we haven't learnt the lesson? And I already know the answer to that question. Let's organise these, shall we? Let's do the ones with the most lessons to learn. It's probably unfair of me to say that, isn't it? Really? I think it is. Let me know. Do lovely people who watch my YouTube tarot readings. Is it unfair of me to think that the person wrapped up in the physical senses has more to learn than someone who's spiritual? Let me know what you think. Let's see. Shape-shifting. How does that affect, and how has it affected the little pink elephant? Let's do this one first. Lion. Higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and for your tribe. Okay, now I'm keeping this card for everyone because I'm running out of those little cards. So everyone's going to have that. And this is also for all the readings. Guardian Angel. How beautiful. I love the way the colours match. Guardian Angel and direction. Perfect. Yeah, direction. When you know which way you're going, it doesn't matter how shapeshiftery someone is, they can't detract you from your goal. Upliftment. That's very spiritual. So this has been your issue, is shapeshifting. Let's have a look what's happened here. Has someone changed who they've been? Princess of Wands. In order to reach their goals. This is like a people pleaser card. Have you shapeshifted and blended in order to go along? Consciousness. This is asking you to become more aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Here you are. Look, this is you in a group being influenced, quite possibly, by an older female, right? And thinking that you have to do what someone else wants you to do. No, not any longer. Your shape-shifting days are over, dear pink elephant. And this is why Banksy finds it funny. Look at this. It's got a rude word written on the picture that this guy's supposed to be guarding. Somebody's stolen the picture and written a rude word on there. Two of Pentacles, balancing the money and guarding something that's not even valuable. So when you're shape-shifting, you were pleasing someone who wasn't even worth pleasing. Okay, that's unnecessary pleasing this shape-shifting has done. Ace of Wands. So the Cosmic Tarot, this was what you were on the planet to learn, which is that you've got the power to make your own dreams come true. The Ace of Wands. Okay, these were your emotional reasons for shape-shifting. You were fed up waiting. Look at this. Hangman, you're waiting around and you wanted things to speed up. So you wanted something to happen, so you went along with what wasn't necessarily the best thing for you. In fact, it definitely wasn't the best thing for you, but it was the only thing that was happening, so you went for that. You jumped into something when you should have waited. Have you learnt that lesson? So this is the good thing about your shape-shifting. Here we go. Sculpture, you're learning, getting experience. That was a good thing about your shape-shifting. This was the bad thing, is it cost you financially. It cost you, quite possibly in ways more than just money, but it gave you experience that you can't buy. That's what happened with your shape-shifting experience. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Little lilac elephant. Shape-shifting. Is this something you're likely to have done? This is your purpose of being on the planet. This is your emotional what was good about it and what was bad about it. Banksy finds funny. What was the drama and what was the solution? And these are your guides. Sun Bear. Okay, so whatever happened, whatever shape-shifting happened, you learnt from it and you had spiritual growth from it. Your purpose of being on the planet, look at that, the Lovers. The whole purpose of you, that was meant to happen. If you had a shape-shifting experience in a relationship, it was meant to happen, okay? You couldn't have done anything differently. It was like fate, it was destined, it was going to happen. Banksy finds that funny. Look at these children wearing police outfits. It was almost as if it was so ordered and was meant to happen. There's no way you could have done anything different. Comparison. By comparing yourself to other people, you're going to find yourself feeling worse, okay? If you're shape-shifting in order to compete with other people, then that's your area to clean up, because that doesn't do anyone any good. So this was the drama. Power. Shape-shifting over the power. And this was the solution. It was ending a relationship. It was unhappiness. These two in this codependent, toxic situation that happened, and now they've been pulled apart. The feelings underlying the shape-shifting was about the money. So someone was doing something where money was the goal. And what was good about your shape-shifting experience? What was good about it? You did have some wishes fulfilled. You did have something come out of it that was worth having. And what was bad about it? Look at that. How can you get 2 Ace of Wands in a black cat tarot and the white cat tarot when I've shuffled them and I've been using them to do other readings with? And yet here they are. What you learnt from it was well balanced, right? What you got out of it was just as good as what you lost, okay? Because nothing is good about shape-shifting. It's not a good experience. It's not an experience that you want, but at the same time, it's not an experience that you would have missed. You wouldn't have missed it for the world because you've learnt so much. Now you know definitely what you don't want. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, should we do the red elephant that needs a lot of help? How shapeshiftery has the red elephant been? Now, when I say red elephant, I mean red elephants are the type of people who think there's nothing more to this life than what you can see in front of you. You've got to fight for everything that you have. The only purpose of being on the planet is to get as much out of it as you can, okay? This is your actual spiritual path. 2 of Cups, look at this. Your spiritual purpose of having this shape-shifting that's gone on is so that you can have a loving relationship with another person. Forest essence. Okay, asking you to pay attention to things you don't believe in. Oh dear. What was your underlying feeling about the shape-shifting? Wanting happiness and harmony at work. What is that all about? So you've done some bending over backwards and being nice to people in order to succeed at work. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And what was the drama of the shape-shifting? Prince of Cups. A male who's got strong feelings. But the Prince of Cups, so was he slightly ahead of you in the evolution stakes? And the solution was that you lost out. Lost out to this young man. So there's been a loss. And your shape-shifting didn't work, because shape-shifting never does. Sharing. Okay, learning to be more sharing, dear lovely red elephant, if you can. Okay, you're going to be guided when and where to share, and be careful who you're sharing with, and not just stuff and things, but information and knowledge. And Banksy finds this funny. Shake of Aura, look at that. Oh, there's a fake person pretending to be Shake of Aura, or is that an older version? Who is that pretending to be Shake of Aura whilst wearing a Shake of Aura sweatshirt? It's just to me. There's someone pretending to be or wannabe. Somebody who wants to be like a king, but really he's only a prince, but he's doing a good impression of a king. It's the shape-shifting experience. What was good about it was the 2 of Cups. It led you onto your spiritual path of the thing that was meant to happen, the relationship that was meant to happen. And what was bad about it, King of Wands doesn't look very happy. What was bad about it? You upset someone. King of Wands has not been happy about this relationship that happened. So there's an older male who was disapproved and it might have upset your relationship with him, but he will get over it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Okay, Green Elephant. Would you have been shape-shifting at any time in your life? What and where, when did the shapeshifter show up? What's funny about it? What's good about it? What were the feeling and what was the spiritual intention? Let's have a look. Kissed by the fairies. Okay, so has it been luck that you've missed out on the shape-shifting extravaganza that everyone else has? Four of Cups. No, Four of Clubs, sorry. Integration. Rough with the smooth, dark with the light. Has there been an element of going along with what everyone else wants you to do? Not in a people-pleasing type way, but in a going along with the crowd because you know that's the best thing to do. This was the difficulty, the pace, the speed. Were you too slow for someone? And the price of it, the answer is being able to cope with. This cat is coping with two children that are clinging to his legs. The price of being too slow to make a decision or to go your own way or to let people know what you actually want is that you can end up with things that you really don't want. And he really looks like he doesn't want this, doesn't he? So be prepared. If you're playing the shape-shifting game, which even involves lying to yourself, not telling people the truth and not being honest, not being open about what you want, you could very well end up with something that's desperately what you don't want. Four of Pentacles, look at that. That is a divorce card often. It's where the woman's sitting opposite the divorce lawyer trying to explain the justification for her actions and trying to explain how she got into that situation. But the truth of it is, it was so messy that there is no real explanation. There was no logic involved with this decision making. Four of Wands, look at the greenness there and the emotions and just doing what your heart wants and not really paying attention to what your head is telling you. Okay, so what's good about this Nine of Swords is that well, it's not really good, is it? It's led to you looking in the mirror. It's led to you being aware of what you're doing. It's made you aware of, oh my God, what was I thinking? And what's bad about it, it's led you to having to work for more money. But the Eight of Pentacles often is a really good card because it's success financially working for money. But it's led you to have to work harder than you would have done if you hadn't made that mistake of not being self-aware and not looking in the mirror. So if you haven't looked in the mirror recently, it's time to take stock. Look in the mirror. Check where you're not being honest with other people in your world, because it doesn't do you any favours in the long run to keep it to yourself what it is that you're actually feeling, what you want in your life. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now. Last but not least, the little white elephant. I'm not expecting hardly any shape-shifting from this white elephant at all, but it can happen that the white elephant is foxed, because often people who are highly spiritual aren't looking for the dark side in other people, strength. And it's okay because you've got the inner strength to deal with it even when you discover that you've been outwitted. The dream. Okay, so your intuition is big enough to be able to bring you information even in your sleep. Like, that's how spiritual this elephant is. Look at this, Seven of Spades. It's putting a little fishing rod down the drain. What would you expect is going to come up if you will go fishing in drains? Nothing good, right? Your spiritual quest in this shape-shifting experience was to have the experience of a young man with money who's been influential in your life. Here he is again, Page of Pentacles. So it's a man who was very materialistic. And the drama for you around the shape-shifting as the Queen of Cups. The solution is to be balanced emotionally. look at this, you've been left to bring the kittens up and the guy's just walked away and not taking any responsibility at all. But the plus side of that is that you have learned to harness your own inner strength. And what was good about it is that you've learned to fill your own cup with love. You know that happiness comes from the inside. And what was bad about it is that this guy was allowed to do this to you in the first place. So you've had this experience of unhappiness and financial upset from a guy, and it's taught you to be self-sufficient and to fill your own heart up and to love yourself more and to be aware of what's underlying what the person is showing you. So when the person's showing you what they want you to see, you have to dig around a bit and look at what is actually there. You might be looking at the top hat, but if there's a lazy person underneath the top hat, do you really want someone with a top hat? Wouldn't you be better off with someone that's got a flat cap that's helping you out there? Thanks for watching. Bye for now.